She was a very courageous woman, very caring, giving. She would rather give than receive. And she was like that even during her illness.
To know that the nurses and the doctors were there for you as well as for my mom in her dying process, to help you go through this kind of loss. It was nice to know that they cared so much.
They were very compassionate about it, and respected the fact that she didn't want to die and that she had plenty to live for. We began with weekly meetings with the palliative care team and talking about goals.
I don't know, it was bad but good. It was good because it showed me how much people can care. It was bad because my aunt died.
When somebody asks for a palliative care consult, what you're doing is looking to see what is important to reach your goals. And so it's how can we make those goals happen? What symptom management can we do? What support systems can we get in place? How do we help your family through this time?
So palliative care is, first of all, patient and family-centered care that's provided by an interdisciplinary team. And it's really a supportive care around helping people live maximally up until they die, and also to support their dying process in as dignified and compassionate way as possible.
A lot of people think palliative care and hospice are the same thing. Where hospice is in the last 6 months of life, palliative care is, although it includes hospice, it's not only hospice. Palliative care is not just end of life. It's so much more than that. It's upstream of that. It's talking about who I am and what I want to accomplish, and it's about living.
The basic interdisciplinary team represents spiritual care with chaplaincy or pastoral care, social services with a medical social worker, medical care with nurses and physicians. This is really finding out who the person is and not just what the disease is. Well, music thanatology has been one of the real special additions to our services here. Music thanatology is a profession in which musicians learn how to play, in our case, a harp, and also use voice in a prescriptive way to be with patients who are near transition. Patients and families who have experienced it speak so highly of it. Those of us that have had the opportunity to sit through a vigil are always moved by it.
I'm not really sure what I want to be when I grow up yet, but I know that it's going to be big, and I know it's going to mean something, even when I'm gone.
Well, Scarlett is this remarkable teenager. She has a disease that's a fatal disease. She was hospitalized for many months here, trying to both manage the pain and the other symptoms that went along with it. She was very miserable for a long time, but her courage and her attitude through all of this has just been remarkable.
I've actually been here getting treated for 7 years, so for the past 7 years, this has been one of my homes. These aren't the best of circumstances, but I can't imagine going through them without Krista or the rest of the people here at the hospital. Krista has always been there for me through everything, through my dad passing away. She was there the first day that I was diagnosed. She was like a smiling face when I needed one. Sacred Heart is like a pretty legit hospital. And it's full of awesome people and awesome treatments and stuff. I'll have a good life that's really, really great. And whether it ends tomorrow or it ends in 20 years or 30 years, I'll just know that I'll just hope that I've made an impact on the world.
When I receive letters from families who have been so appreciative of the care that they have received in the palliative care program, I know that our services have really helped them, for us to reveal God's love to them during that very difficult time in their life. And that's very rewarding.
The opportunity to help somebody get the most out of a life in which they weren't seeing much future for them but to be able to help them reframe that and find a future for a significant period of time until they passed is also just a very meaningful experience for us.
We're caring for the poor and the vulnerable, and I was thinking, how more vulnerable are you when you're dying than any other time? And so that's coming alongside someone in their journey, by coming alongside them during this most vulnerable time in their life. That's fulfilling the mission of the sisters.